Monkey D. Luffy. He is the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates and the fighter who stands at the center of the crew's strength. His powers come from the Gum Gum fruit, later revealed to be the human fruit. Model. Nika, which gives his body the properties of rubber. Because of this, he can stretch his limbs, absorb impacts, and attack with unusual speed and range. Over time, he developed several combat forms called gears, each pushing his body further in battle. Luffy also possesses all three types of haki, including the rare Conqueror's Haki, which allows him to overwhelm enemies with sheer willpower. His power is not only physical strength, but also creativity in combat, and an unbreakable determination that keeps him fighting even in impossible situations. Roronoa Zoro. He is the crew's swordsman and one of the strongest fighters in the group. Zoro uses a unique three-sword style, where he holds one sword in each hand and another in his mouth. His fighting style focuses on overwhelming cutting power and incredible endurance. Over time, he learned to use powerful haki, including armament haki that strengthens his blades and observation haki that sharpens his awareness during battle. One of his most important weapons is Enma, a sword known for drawing out large amounts of its user's haki. Zoro's strength comes from relentless training and discipline, allowing him to defeat powerful enemies through sheer force and precision. Nami. She is the navigator of the Straw Hat Pirates and controls the battlefield through weather manipulation. Nami uses a special weapon called the Klima Tact, a staff that can create and control weather effects, such as lightning, wind, and rain. With it, she can generate powerful thunder attacks capable of striking enemies from a distance. After gaining the help of Zeus, a living thundercloud, her lightning attacks became far more destructive and precise. Nami's power does not come from brute force, but from intelligence and environmental control, allowing her to turn the natural elements into weapons. Usopp. He is the sniper of the crew and specializes in long-range combat. Usopp fights using a slingshot and a variety of special ammunition, including explosive plants, smoke stars, and trick shots. Many of his weapons come from pop greens, special seeds that instantly grow into different plants when fired. These plants can trap enemies, explode, or create barriers. Usopp also awakened observation haki, which allows him to sense targets from far away and improve his accuracy. His strength lies in creativity, strategy, and precision rather than direct confrontation. Sanji. He is the crew's cook and a master martial artist who fights using powerful kicks. Sanji's fighting style, known as blackleg style, focuses entirely on leg techniques so that his hands remain free for cooking. His body has extraordinary speed and agility, allowing him to move faster than many opponents can react. He can also ignite his kicks using a technique called Diable Jambe, which surrounds his leg with intense flames. Later, his body awakened genetic enhancements from the Germa lineage, granting him stronger durability, faster healing, and greater physical power. Combined with observation and armament haki, Sanji becomes a devastating close-range fighter. Tony Chopper. He is the crew's doctor and a reindeer who gained human abilities after eating the human fruit. This fruit allows him to transform into different forms that enhance specific abilities. Some forms increase his strength, speed, or intelligence depending on the situation. One of his most powerful transformations is Monster Point, a massive and extremely strong form that dramatically increases his combat power. Despite his fighting ability, Chopper's true strength lies in his medical knowledge, which allows him to treat injuries and diseases that others cannot. Nico Robin. She is the archaeologist of the crew and possesses the powers of the flower fruit. This ability allows her to sprout copies of her body parts anywhere within range, including on the ground, walls, or even on her enemies. She often creates multiple arms to restrain or break opponents through powerful joint locks. Robin can also form giant limbs, or even create a full gigantic version of herself during combat. Her power is particularly dangerous because she can attack from many angles at once, often immobilizing enemies before they can react. Frankie. He is the shipwright of the crew, and a self-modified cyborg built with mechanical weapons throughout his body. Frankie's arms contain powerful cannons, missiles, and energy attacks that make him extremely dangerous in combat. He can also transform parts of his body into different mechanical forms depending on the situation. One of his largest creations is the General Frankie, a giant robot suit he pilots during major battles. His power combines engineering skill with heavy weaponry, making him both a fighter and the creator of the crew's powerful ship, the Thousand Sunny. Brook. He is the musician of the Straw Hat Pirates and a living skeleton brought back to life by the revive fruit. Because of this fruit, his soul returned to his body after death, giving him a strange mix of spiritual and physical abilities. Brook fights with a sword and extremely fast movements that make his attacks difficult to see. He can also use the power of his soul to create chilling attacks that freeze enemies and to temporarily separate his spirit from his body. His music can influence emotions and even affect enemies during battle. Jinbei. He is the helmsman of the crew and a master of fishman karate. This martial art allows him to control water itself, even the water inside the bodies of his opponents. Jinbei can launch powerful shockwaves through the air or through nearby water, striking enemies with tremendous force. As a fishman, he also possesses natural strength far beyond that of most humans, especially when fighting in water. Combined with armament haki and years of experience as a former warlord of the sea, Jinbei stands as one of the most balanced and powerful fighters within the Straw Hat crew.